So if you've ever wondered what's actually in the air inside of your home, especially when you're cooking or cleaning or even burning candles, this kind of device is going to give you real data instead of guessing. And when this was sent out to me to review, I didn't really know what to expect. But after reading through the manual and really breaking down each feature of this monitor, I was blown away and actually super excited about testing it out and putting it to use. So you're going to get everything that you need to get started. They even include a charging block and this cord to charge it up. You do not have to keep it plugged in order for the device to work. So once it's fully charged, it can, I guess, run mine, I think, approximately 8 hours. So if you're going to be out of town or you don't really need to view the monitor on a regular basis, I would just say go ahead and turn it off so that it doesn't drain your battery. On the back of the device, you will see on the bottom left-hand corner a little sensor. Try not to touch that area or expose that area to strong smells. Now for my demo, I am going to put a candle kind of close by, but typically you don't want to do that. So your charger goes into the opposite corner. So if when you get your device, it won't power on or something like that, just make sure it's completely charged. Now you're going to hold down the power button for a couple seconds to turn the device on, and it will initially do a countdown before it starts to take those readings. I believe the countdown was roughly 120 seconds or something like that. It doesn't take too long. On the back of the device, you can adjust the time by tapping the time button, and you can hold it down and toggle between military time and regular time. You can go and adjust all the hour and minute settings as well. You can also toggle the power button 2 times to change the temperature settings between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And then you can also use those buttons to change the brightness of the device and also change the volume settings, I believe, of the alarm. So some of the pros that I love about this device, I love how easy the display is to read. There's no having to pull out your glasses or magnifying glass to see all of the different readings. Now, if you're not familiar with what all the readings represent, that first box at the top left-hand corner, the PM1, PM2.5, and the PM10, that is going to determine the particle levels in the air. So things like cooking, burning candles, even renovating a home and having new furniture can set off different amounts of particles in the air. So this is going to measure that. And why that's important is because this is the stuff we're breathing in. This is the air quality that we're breathing in within our homes. So these things can affect our upper respiratory health and our lungs. This also measures carbon dioxide, not to be confused with carbon monoxide. If you don't have a carbon monoxide detector or a smoke detector, you will need a different unit. This doesn't directly measure that. It's also going to measure formaldehyde. That HCHO is a direct measurement of formaldehyde, and then also the TVOC is going to measure chemical vapors or solvents or synthetic scent compounds. In other words, maybe if you're not burning a clean candle, that number might jump up as opposed to, like, I don't know, maybe a soy-based candle. I'm not really that knowledgeable when it comes to different types of clean candles versus not. So anyway, that TVOC is going to measure fragrance off-gassing in the air. So you can see this is a powerful unit to have in your home. I would suggest maybe moving it around. You might want it in your kitchen or maybe in your bedroom. Now, what I found that was really interesting is that when I burned a candle just for a short period of time, I was literally just demonstrating how this unit would work. My PM 2.5 and the PM 10 shot up dramatically. I think it started out at like maybe an 8 and went up to, I believe it was over 40 at one point. And it was mainly once I blew the candle out that I really started to see a spike. Now, what that lets me know is that even though it smells so good, it smells so divine, when I burn candles, it kind of like was a reminder that, hey, this doesn't come without risk or consequence, right? So if you're in a small space like a bathroom or a small bedroom and you're burning candles, I don't know, that's something to keep in mind because it could affect your respiratory system. Now, the one thing that I think is a con, but it's not necessarily a con for the product itself, is that I don't have anything to compare this to. I don't have other tools to compare those measurements. So I don't know if the readings from this particular device are accurate. However, I will say that just having this and knowing that it's either, spiking when I'm cooking certain things or burning certain candles or whatever, even if it's not 100% calibrated or accurate, I can see that number spiking. It's kind of a reminder to me to be aware and to be more careful about the air that I'm breathing in. And maybe, I might invest in an air purifier as well. So I hope that was helpful. It's pretty in depth, but I think this is a great product and I hope it lasts. I've only had it for about a week or so. So I will definitely update you guys if it stops working or something like that. But so far, so good.